Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa Lapse. It's been a while since I recorded. Trying to get on back into the swing of things. On the last episode, we finally ran into Lyle, me and Art and I, Art and Echo, I and Echo. Yes. So I believe we're now about to discuss very serious and important business. I'm not looking forward to what information there is to share, because I feel like it's going to be none, because it is Chapter 1. So, may as well just continue. Hey there, what's the good word? Lyle Termina says. You're awfully casual for being so difficult to find. He's just been hiding under the bed. Yeah, we finally caught you. Huh? You've been running around this whole building solving puzzles. And we've been running around this whole building looking for you. Oh, I'm hot in the bend, that's right. Is that right? Yeah, why not? Yeah, we wanted to hear your thoughts on the mode of question. We thought it might improve relations, getting to know each other better and all. That. Forced motive question. It's not a very good, not very strong motivator, isn't it? What if I don't want to talk about it? I suppose you don't have to. Yeah, but we're friends. We should share stuff like this. It's been, 3 days. I think that's decent enough time to say someone's a friend or not. And friends should know when to let up on the pressure. Ooh, Ken. So it's going to be hinted at that Lyle is the first culprit. Don't think Lyle's going to be, though. Because, they're getting defensive about it. Oh. Sorry, Lyle. You've made Art sad. How could you do this, Lyle? I'll look down dejectedly. I'm sure Art didn't mean to press you so hard. It's fine. It's just... I've just known puzzles all my life, you know? Puzzle solving is more of a introverted task, if you will. They're generally seen as activities simply for passing the time, cubing, crosswords, etc. I don't really like thinking about who I am beyond my talents, is all. Because if you take away the puzzle solving skill, you're nobody. Okay. I'm afraid that I'm too boring without puzzles. Even if you give me puzzles, I'm boring too, so don't worry about it, Lyle. You're not boring. You're plenty cool. I mean, look around. You've got all sorts of friends here who think you're amazing for charging right towards solving the electric door. That's only because he solves puzzles, though. So, take that away. Who is he? Right, Echo? Amazing is one way to put it. Yeah, Lyle. Don't beat yourself up. You have a gift. Thanks, you two. But hey, while we're on the topic, listen to this. I tinkered with the door and I managed to figure something out. Lyle had our attention and as he led the way to the foyer. Are you about to kill Art right in front of me after you knock me out? What are you going to show us? What is it? Here we are. Give the door a try. And it's not electrified, most likely. What? No way! Does that mean we don't have to stay here anymore? Well, that's the catch. Go ahead. So, we only get shocked when we pull on the door? I gave Lyle a nervous look before reaching slowly for the door handle. Bracing myself, I quickly gripped the handle end. Nothing happened. I was fine. Wow, Lyle, you did it. I gave the door a push, but they wouldn't budge. Oh, it's a push door. I thought it was a pull door. Oh, what now? What the? Is there a barricade or something? I think so. That? Or just a hard locked. So I imagine that to disable the electric door, So I managed to disable the electric door, but the physical barrier is an issue now. Okay then. So you physically disabled the electricity. Sigh. I admit, I'm relieved that there's no more layers to this task. What do you mean? It would have been too boring if I had to just disarm. Did I read that wrong? I must have. Is it, it's L, right? Logs? I'm relieved that there is more. Okay, yeah, I did read it wrong. Yeah. Unconcerned with the discovery, Lyle was more satisfied with having more puzzles to solve than he was with removing traps from a dangerous door. Here's something else that's interesting though. Might be important since it's about the weird killing game twist. After the 9 AM morning announcement, I saw Sally sneak downstairs from the direction of the atrium. Okay. So she snuck downstairs. Do you think she actually went to listen to the announcement? I can't think of anything else. Even stranger was after she came down, she went to the dining hall for a minute, but quickly left. Well, that's because we were there. We were there at that time. I poked around in there and I saw this in the pantry. Ooh, a secret note. Okay, so Lyle has a note that they had says they're probably the only one who went. Oh, there was those symbols on there. Okay. Is that a so-called special gift? Yeah, I can only assume so. I was confused. How could it have been a special gift from this morning if Pandora shared the note with me in confidential last night? Good question. I decided to keep quiet about it. I didn't want to confuse things further. I studied a little, and the symbols don't match any symbols of the students that are currently here. I cross-referenced the note symbols and the ones of my personal room doors and got nothing. Okay, then. That is, if the note symbols even belong to students. So, staff? Is that what you're saying? I remember Missy saying something about other students. Fair enough. Oh? She told me that the preservation project divides ultimate students groups across dividing wings of the building. Maybe those students are from a different wing. So what would we do if we did know those students? It's not like we've seen them in our part of the building yet. True, but it might imply that there is a way to get there, correct? Who knows? Could it be morphogenetic field theory? Could it be, Lyle? I don't think it is. Lyle muttered something under his breath. Morpho what now? Don't worry about it. Yeah, best not to worry about it. I feel like it's a headache to try and even explain it. It makes me wonder, though. Are we meant to recognize the... Don't know. I mean, Echo and Ashley recognize each other. So what if that was the mix-up, maybe? For example, I believe I recall Ashley and Echo being friends before this. Am I wrong? Thank you, Lyle, for voicing what I said. No, you're right. I thought it was just me, though. Right. See, for me, I recognize Art's school emblem. AA Academy. AAA. Oh, how do you know it? I went to Rainmoth Institute. I remember seeing a school symbol when our schools merged. Merged? My school used to be called the Signal Prep High School before the merger. Okay, then. I thought you were so cool, representing the whole school to influence a merger. Okay, then. It's kind of embarrassing. It was such a long time ago, I hardly remember it. Why not? It's amazing that you used your golf skills to make things happen. How can someone use golf to, I guess, to... Our school's never been in better shape, thanks to your help. Cool. Thanks, but people complain that my games aren't interesting enough since I always get the same result, a hole in one. Well, You could try teaching. You could try trick shots, like Happy Gilmore, where you have to specifically do something crazy to get a hole-in-one. They all say games should be entertaining. They just play golf themselves, you know? I mean, yeah. If you're having fun getting holes-in-ones, it's fine. Besides, Lyle, you're the cool one. I mean, you use, like, your deduction or whatever to figure out how to disarm a dangerous door. That's more utility than I could ever imagined. I mean, that is pretty useful. The door's no longer dangerous. It's nothing. The door doesn't even open anyway. But could that now be used to trick someone? Like, the door's been unlocked. One of us who know about it being disarmed, or think that it has been disarmed, try to open the door. That person gets shocked. And then we're unconscious, I guess. It's still awesome, though. I feel like you'd even figure out what the deal is with the killing game announcement stuff. Oh yes, that's the end goal. I'm just working my way through all these small pieces they've given me. The two talked energetically as awkward as I watched. I was as awkwardly. Oh, sorry, Echo. We're just over here talking your ears off, huh? That's alright. I'll take my leave now. If you guys want to continue. Sure, it was fun hanging out with... I really just said, yep, go away. Let me know if you come across anything else weird, okay? Oh, alright. Odd and Lyle left, chattering along the way. It really clicked, huh? Despite Odd's lack of sensitivity. I turned around and glanced over at the digital kiosk in the foyer, looking for the time. Only 3 in the afternoon. It's already 3 in the afternoon. Nothing regarding the killing game has happened all day. I guess I should be relieved. I really wanted to find Ashley, but it seemed like she was trying her best to put distance between us. I suppose I'll just pass the time in the study. I'm gonna guess Cypress is here. Isn't it? Yeah, isn't it also Sai who's always here? Or Say? I made my way to the study and skimmed the collection of encyclopedias. An interesting title called book, Odd Theme Parks Across the World caught my attention. With the tome in hand, I settled in the warmly lit study and began to leaf through the pages. I passed the time reading about a strange underwater theme park called Lemu. I'm assuming it's pronounced Lemu. Nighttime or a body? I looked up from the book's pages towards the ringing sound coming from the ceiling. It's now 4 p.m. Okay, it's been an hour. And no one has died yet? How boring. So that's the symbol that was on the note. Here's something that'll pump your blood what? Here's something that'll pump up your blood to shed some blood. Some inspiring, exciting, and energizing music. Music? To make it so loud we can't hear each other kill. This one's a special request from many of you at home. Enjoy. Oh boy, where's this from? The elephant finished the cacophony of an obnoxious noise started playing overhead. Sad to say, I enjoy this music, so sucks to be everyone else. What kind of music is this? I dropped the book to cover my ears, but it was pointless. The reverberating piercing through my skull and pounded through the walls. What the hell? Scouring the room, I looked for the speaker, hoping to block the noise, but my efforts were futile. I ran out of the study, but the din kept crashing through my head, amplified worse and bouncing from off the hallway walls. Where's everyone? I instinctively went to the foyer, but it was no use. The door was disarmed, but it was still barricaded. What can I do? The noise was more severe in the foyer as it crashed off the walls and echoed through the main chamber. My head was pounding. I could feel the vibrations in my body and my heart beating in my ears. There's bound to be someone, most likely Art, just enjoying the music. I turned away from the main doors. I saw a shadowy movement on top of the stairs. Hey, the shadow disappeared. I mustered out a cry for attention, but it was drowned out by the noise. Is it actually the following? Speeding up the stairs, the shadow was nowhere to be seen. Shoot, where do they go? I peeked through the glass doors of the closest room, the spa lounge. Spotted Pandora reclining in one of the lounge chairs. Finally, someone help me with this horrible situation. Is it quiet in here? I threw open the door. Wait, is Pandora dead? How can she be relaxing with this music? The music persisted as echoes of its beat flooded the circular chamber. Pandora, what's going on? I can't find anybody. No reaction. Pandora? I'm not even typing, but yep. Time froze. My breath escaped me once more as slowly it came to realize what had happened. I felt blood run cold as my eyes laid fixed on the stillness before me. Strangulation. The first victim. I honestly thought that's interesting considering she got the note. What's the note that Lyle had? Okay. And no one has an alibi that we're aware of. We were alone for an hour. Hold on. Well, it had to be during the music, in which we were running around like crazy. So, because the whole point was, oh, it's been an hour. No one has died yet, so we know. So yeah. So if we get this file and it says you died before 4 o'clock, the announcement lied to us. There was no response from her. Pandora was dead. Okay, where did she die? I also didn't expect. Yeah, I didn't expect her to be first. Jin, Porks Razir? I don't know French. I apologize. I darted out of the spa lounge, my eyes tearing through the hall as I screamed at the top of my lungs for help, for help from anyone around. The kiosk. Use the kiosk. Help. Oop. I missed that. 2 people. Well, we see who. That's the wrong button. Yeah, 2 people swept in the sound of my voice. From where, though? What is it? Stop making such a noise. The music was making enough of a racket. It's Pandora. She's... Where is she? Honestly, those 2 other being the ones to pull up is... Okay. Okay, I thought she was... not necessarily frozen. But I guess she was... Okay, so... Was she drowned? No. Was she strangled and drowned at the same time? Like, something was wrapped around her throat, choking her out. Then they also put her head in the water to also speed up, I guess. We raced back to the spa lounge edge. Cyrus and Kennan's eyes were bound immediately towards the horrific sight. Kennan has braces? Didn't know that. Kennan gasped Charlie and flinched, nearly toppling over backwards from the recoil. Cyrus' expressions hardened. A quiet anger it emanated, I can read, from him. It's almost palpable in the air. I myself was completely drained. All I could do was stare in the cold silence. Finally, the music ceased and a new announcement began. A body has been discovered. At last, a body has been discovered in the spa lounge. You'll be granted a period of investigation, and there will begin our class trial. Please accept the generous gift of our special report called the Monokuma File. Why is it called the Monokuma File? We don't know anything called Monokuma. It will be printed from the digital kiosk and outlines the details of the poor lost friend. Your lives depend on solving this case, so get a crack on. Okay, so Lyle and Say, obviously the obvious suspects. I'm going to throw Ashley in there as well. That's 3 out of 10 of us, right? 3 out of 9 of us. That's a third. It could have been a suicide. Maybe. Who knows? What are the chances? The announcement cut out, allowing stiff apprehension and to suffocate the scene. Investigation. They want us to investigate Pandora's dead body. And how dare that announcement call her a poor lost friend? Well, I mean, was she not a friend? It's their fault for forcing this game on us. Echo, please calm yourself. It appears we've been given an opportunity to right this wrong. It may be difficult to swallow, but this didn't just happen out of nowhere. Someone did this. Suicide. A culprit. Huh? A culprit? It's only appropriate. The culprit we are seeking is the killer. The killer is responsible. The culprit we are seeking is the killer is responsible for Pandora's death. His voice was firm, but I could see him clenching his jaw and his eyebrows furrowed as he looked back at the body. Cannon, however, stood unmoving, despite almost falling over. She neither moved nor spoke since I first saw her flinch at the first sight. It's like she froze. System shutting down. Right. The door flew open, and suddenly I heard everyone clamoring at the spa lounge entryway. Say shrieked, immediately fainted. Okay. Don't think she would have done that if she was the culprit, to be fair. Say. She could be faking it, though, I suppose. The rest of the students made their way in. Fright painted everyone's faces as they each caught sight of the spa's terrible centerpiece. The pool. Unbelievable. I wish for that announcement was made in jest, but it appears I made a fool for hoping. Oh. This is too much. Why Pandora? Why? Everyone seemed at a loss for words. Oh, sorry. Everyone seemed at a loss. I don't know why I added for words. With good reason, for sure. Okay, hold on. Is that everyone? Lyle, Art, Missy, Ashley, Say, 5. There's also 40, that's 6. Plus the 3 of us, then Pandora. Yeah. The announcement said we were given a period of investigation, but I couldn't help but think it was such a detached request. Investigate the murder of our friend? Where do we even begin? With the file. Missy's commanding voice broke the silence. So, we've been instructed to investigate such a thing. The Monaco file should tell us about the means of her death. Again, what is the in-universe reason for this name? But, how do we even start? Does anyone know the first thing about investigating a dead body? Nobody spoke up, but Missy pressed on. All we could do is investigate to the best of our ability. If there's even a small, trifling matter that plays into this, keep it in mind. We need to put our best foot forward in investigation if we are to find this heartless culprit. I have a bad feeling that this class trial may be an unforgiving scene. It's such a tragedy, dreadful more so that we must be the ones to discover the culprit among us. Everyone was visibly stressed. We all stood some feet away from the body, afraid approaching the reality of our situation. Okay, who do I think is innocent? Obviously Echo. Cannon. 7 people left. I'm gonna say Forte is also innocent, and Art. I suspect Cyrus, Sai, Lyle. I think Missy's innocent, actually, yeah. so we'll have to see. The air was thick with tension, but actually cut it through. Missy's right, we need to get to the bottom of this. Someone killed our friend for an awful reason, if not the ultimate prize. Lyle and Sai actually know what the reward is. Potentially. Murder's murder. Okay, well, someone dies at another's hand, and that life is taken away. One lives and one dies. There's no grey area about it. What about manslaughter? What about... Sorry, no, man's laughter. What else is there? I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of different technicalities of what is and is not murder. But this case clearly is murder. I just wanted to specify that difference. There is times where you may take a life by accident, and that's not murder. And then you've got times like this, where the murder is clearly intentional. Ash's eyes were fiery with intent. Someone here. She trailed off. We could fill the blank. We could fill in the blanks on our own. She didn't dare to utter the idea that someone standing within our ranks did this. It could be the one sitting, just eyes on the floor. She marched over and gently laid her hand on Pandora's hand. I'm assuming it's like laid a hand on her hand. Sharing a moment of silence for her. The rest of the group was unnerved, but silently agreed. Missy and Ashley were stern, but they were right. I was shocked at the sight of Pandora's body. But I mostly felt sad. She looked peaceful, suspended in a newfound endless slumber. Okay, what do I see? Obviously lacerations to the neck. So I think it might have just been the art style that made it look like she got wet or was frozen. It doesn't look like the towel behind her is thick enough to to cause the lacerations. What if it was her hair tie / arm tie things? Because then that would explain why. Because if they killed her in the poolish area, like I said, like strangled, like wrap something around her neck and put her head in the water, it would explain why they moved her body back to the chair and then had to move her hair over her shoulder. Because why is her hair in front of her body? Surely... Because if she was lying down like this to begin with, her hair would be in front, I'm assuming, because you wouldn't want it on your back. But soon, the moment someone started strangling you, you'd shoot up and defend yourself, and you'd fall back down, and your hair would be behind you. So yeah. So that's currently what I'm thinking, is that her hair ties. So I think whoever killed her knew she was planning to be in the spa, so likely was in the spa with her. Okay. Yes. She looked peaceful. It's been a newfound. The longer I looked at Pandora, the more the suffocating melancholy in my heart grew. My heart ached to hear her voice again, to see her smile. She had so much life, and it was dashed away in an instant. I clung to whatever memories I had of her. I couldn't let her warmth, her love, her hope go unforgotten. The breads, the bakeries, someone killed her. Could have been her herself. Not really. It couldn't have. Not in a way that I'm aware of that makes sense. And we need to find out who. Not only for our peace of mind, but for Pandora's sake. But also for our survival. Despite my fervor, I was still anxious about investigating a body. It was only natural Just this morning, Pandora was so animated. She was so animated, sharing her breakfast pastries and getting along with everyone. But now all signs of her life was erased, leaving a cold semblance of her person. I tried to work through the nerve by asking the others their thoughts on the situation. That is, if anyone had anything to say. Perfect time to end it, I think. So, let's look at this menu later. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Welcome back to me, I guess. With that, goodbye.